I am finally ready, guys.
Cool beans. So we were doing a couple things. One is that I was checking out which direction the scorch marks whatever seemed to go after going out the door, and also Calamacy was trying to figure out about if she can do pass without trace again.
So they disappear in the sense that, like, roll a investigation check real quick.
Cool.
Let's see how much you're able to gather.
20.
So it looks like coming right out of the open area, right here. There's like scorch marks that go. It's like a deep scorch, which makes you think that she probably went straight up.
Right. Hmm. Okay. Guys, it kind of seems like Ifrit is scouting right now. So, once we get into a fight, maybe she'll know to team up with us.
Or he's leaving.
Amos, what were you doing?
He was heading off towards the southeast, like kind of sneaking.
You guys are free to move as you would if you want.
After that investigation, I'm going to try to join him and also sneak off.
You want me to roll stealth?
Concentrate and try to do pass without a trace on everybody before we got too split up.
Yes, that last time was on the way. Was it on the way down?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. I believe so as well.
I think we've had a couple long rests since then.
Some math.
Like we had a long rest on the inside of the door, and we had one inside of the sanctuary after being on the ground, as I remember.
Right, but the first long rest, I think, what we used Gem of Resting.
So there's like a 4-hour margin here that I can't account for. But it's close enough. I'm gonna say that as you go to cast with the armor, it's right at its recharge period and depletes itself again, casting itself among your allies.
Nice.
Now, what does that do for us? Does it give us extra stealth?
It's plus 10 to your stealth.
Okay. Bezoit's not a very stealthy person.
Is
Don't
something
I
burning,
know it?
Caitlin?
It was popcorn.
All right. As you begin making your way eastward, you can hear. Well, first of all, is Calamus doing anything about your guys' horses?
Not at the moment.
You can hear what sounds like footsteps from the east and footsteps from the north. Sound like the ones from the north are going further away from you, and the ones from the east are getting closer to you.
Can we hear any talking with those footsteps?
No talking.
Can we see him yet?
You would see just coming into distance over here 2 humanoid figures, dressed up in the garb of the royal sentinels of the Lord here. You guys remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, his like personal guard guys. I'm just following Amos's lead.
Okie dokie, then I'm going to sneaky over here.
As you guys move, I need you all to make a group stealth check.
Emus got 31.
$19.
21 for Zoe.
27.
All right.
I rolled a 2.
As you guys make
Oh
your
my
way,
gosh.
you seem to go undetected by the guards who continue walking westward. As you come this way, you can see the ones that these guards are walking past next to this tree here. It appears like there's some dead commoners on the ground, laying lifeless. One of them a dwarf, one a human. And you can hear coming across, flying right over you, casting a shadow with the moon. One of the black dragons flies overhead, unaware of your presence.
All right. I'm going to clamber over the fence and make my way over.
All right.
What time of day is it?
It is very dark outside, though. I will allow you to roll a survival check to see what time of day you think it is, or a nature check. It's up to you.
Uh, 16.
Seems like it's very, very early morning. Like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. ish.
The witching hours.
Into my hood, I would like to ask Bazoi if she remembers anything about the black dragon mask. Like, does the ceremony have to happen at a certain time of day? Moon, star alignment, anything like that?
And back into the hood, I'm going to simply say that no, I just know that you have to be attuned to it to wear it.
Are these animals up here fine? Like, no things touch them?
Hold on, sorry. I'm moving some tokens around behind the scenes. All right, I am coming to you, Emus. All those creatures are, some appear to be like half eaten. There's like legs remaining. They're all dead. There's trails of acid around their corpses. A pretty noxious scent as well.
Lovely.
As you guys come around, you can see in this window, it appears to be the flicker of a candle.
You hear any movement coming in from inside?
As you approach, roll a perception check for me.
14.
You hear the sniffles of a small, girlish voice and what sounds like a man's voice saying, "Shh, it's okay. Don't cry. They'll hear you if you cry. Don't cry. Don't cry."
Oop, I'm on a tree. Stella, knock it off.
I'm going to turn the brightness up a bit.
Going over a tree is the most direct path.
Not if you count climbing it.
Are you guys continuing past the house, I take it?
Yep.
Yeah, we can't take on any civilians at the moment. Hopefully he keeps her quiet.
As you
Yeah, my
guys,
thought was she was safe where she was at right now.
as you guys approach coming down this street, you can see the corpses of citizens littered on the roads. Some eaten, some not. As you guys roll through this area, I need another stealth check, please.
Come on, Bazoit.
32.
34.
17.
That's 10. 29.
Jeez. All right.
Everybody but Bazoit. No, I'm teasing. I hope I'm teasing.
We do get closer though.
You guys do see another patrol coming down, seemingly unaware of your presence in the dark.
Yep.
Um,
Down the
can-
back alley.
I would like to morph in a crow and kind of fly from rooftop to rooftop, following them.
As you morph into crow, you seem to hear these whispers that you didn't hear before. Sounds like if you'd focus on it hard enough, you might be able to pick out. Seems like a voice whispering something.
About half the time while we go, I will look around with Mr. Vision.
Okay, so as you guys approach here, you would be, as you're getting, let's not move any farther. You can hear the chanting louder and louder. And you can see whatever creatures laying there floating horizontally between these cultists. This trail of blood is like drifting upwards up into this orb above the body. And then that blood is slowly trickling into, it seems like feeding the portal. As you look over, this portal is the source of that. Basically antithetical to Mistra. Like just looking at it, it seems everything that Mistra isn't.
How many
We only
cultists?
see. Yeah, just 3.
Okay, so from your guys' angle, you'd be able to see. You would see someone standing there with a figure that appeared to be Cremina here. Standing there at attention as if everything is fine, kind of on the lookout. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cultists participated in the ritual. You guys see Resmir and then the warlock behind Resmir. On the other side of Cremina, there's another cloaked figure that you haven't seen before, and then a few of the royal guards seem to be stationed over there as well.
Pull out a bow and arrow.
At the sight of Carmina, Emus is going to lock up for a moment.
He's going to do what?
He's going to lock up for a moment, like freeze.
This looks like a tough crowd to fight.
You feel this small hand on your side. Tammy looking up at you, and she says, "It'll be okay, buddy. We'll save her."
Do we see Emus?
Yeah, you can see Emus. He's right there in front of you.
I mean, Ferris.
You would surmise from the vision that Varys is the being that is surrounded by the cultists, where the orb of blood is above him. You guys are currently nestling inside this pasture of this like winery, this vineyard, hiding behind the vines and the fencing.
I'm going to kind of turn back. How do we want to handle this? we go in loud or should we try to do it quietly?
When you say loud, you see Celatami shake his head no. And then analyzing the situation. What's everyone else think?
I think try to set up some type of ambush, not all approach at one side. Maybe a distraction to get them to look one way while everybody else attacked.
Could try to climb up on the ridge on the other side and draw their attention to me.
But then there's
There-
just a dragon that dropped down, so
Yeah.
I
You
don't
guys
know.
watch as coming through, not detecting you, but coming from the south to the north, one of the young dragons comes landing and snarling at this person here, who reaches into his jacket, pulls out something, and throws it up to the dragon, who latches onto it. Some of the acid spraying around, landing on the keeper's coat, and then trailing off as if it was resistant to it. The dragon lifts off and flies off again.
I'm gonna go try to scale the ridge on the across the road, and I'll hunker down and wait for a signal. And once you guys are ready and in place, I will draw their attention by start shooting some arrows, and draw them to me.
Is it possible to try to get over to this area here? Like
Where?
here behind this building to the west of them?
Yeah, you can try to stealth over there, like going this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
That doesn't really help me. It's the same distance.
A pair of the Royal Patrol begins making their way from the portal, heading your way, and you can see through their helmets. It appears they appear different than before. There's almost like this black mist coming out of where their eyes are in their helmets.
Crap.
Begin making their way south.
I'm gonna slink down into the vines as they pass by.
Yeah. Same. I would like to relocate
Okay. I need
behind the vines.
Bazoit on your way over to the west or to the north. I need you to make your stealth check as you reposition.
21.
Okay.
Whew. Thanks, Cal.
Do you guys want me to go to set up a distraction?
Hold on, I think.
They come over to this area, and you watch as they take the place of the two sentinels that were there in front of this old church. And those two start making their way back north. These two seeming to have that mist coming out of their eyes.
What's the plan, guys?
I'm making my way with Bazoit. I was just trying to see how I wanted to approach it.
Ah,
Sorry.
Boogie, are you gonna stay here?
Boogie? Boogie?
Sure, I'll go with those.
Tammy looks at you and puts her hand on your shoulder. And you can see in her face that she's thinking strength in numbers, and she goes, "Good luck, buddy. You're probably stealthier alone, right?" And then she's going to kind of cowardly follow Boogie. Celatami looks at you, pulls out his and readies his hand crossbow and nods at you.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna nod. Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to know what the plan was with Carmina. We're not trying to attack her, but I don't know how we're gonna subdue her.
Is Cremina one of the cultists of the 7?
Yeah.
Oh, we saw her get
Does
knocked
she look
out.
like a willing
Actually.
participant?
Yeah.
What the heck do we need to save her for?
This is his sister.
So she, in the vision, appeared to be being attacked by Resmir, but now she's standing very dutifully at attention. Demeanor completely changed. Ready to do
Okay.
their bidding.
Well, I'm gonna scramble over the fence and try to cut across the road without.
Do me a favor
anyone-
and just make an intelligence check for me. I want to
Me?
see if your character. Yeah, I just want to see if you guys would recognize what's going on.
5.
Feels like it was a trap.
What'd you say?
I said it feels like it would be a trap.
No, I meant his role. Sorry.
5.
Okay. Yeah, it just seems very different now.
Great. I'm gonna try to climb up these rocks here.
All right. As you guys slink through the shadows cast by the trees in the dark, I'm gonna roll a stealth check. He rolled a 25.
27.
Haha, beat you, bitch. And you
Cal,
guys
did you
are
say?
able to start making your way up.
Did Cal say that she feels like it was a trap for us?
Yeah,
I
think
feel
that's
like it's a trap for us that they manipulated the vision to get us to rush here.
All right, I'm gonna take cover behind this tree.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull my bow out, and I'm gonna get ready to cast lightning arrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for a signal.
Okay. Celatami sneaks past you, and as he does, you see his vision shift upward, and he appears to be looking towards that drow tower, more specifically towards the peak of it. And his reddish eyes are like squinting, trying to see something. What's everyone else doing?
You know, it might have not been a bad idea to try to get to the top of a tower to rain arrows down on them, but oh well.
I messaged you, DM.
I'm getting ready to go around the corner and fire an arrow.
You're over there with Emus?
Oh, he's
Nope.
with us.
Oh.
So I'm trying to drop over by this tree behind it so that I can rush in to do stuff.
Oh wow, that's a tall order.
Nah, well, because my plan was I wanted to try and like get near the tree and then turn back in a crow and pretend I'm just like flying over this tree, and then I would drop down on this side of the wall and then come over here and pop back and down by this tree.
Okay. As you transform into Crow and fly over, his conscience melding with yours, his can't help but turn and look towards his vile enemy of the Shadowfell, the Shaarians, and he sees this symbol, and he turns over and looks, and with his raven vision scans the crowd, and he sees the figures, the hoods. The only face that he can see appears to be some kind of like melted flesh coming off the lead cultist doing a chant, seemingly half dead, half alive. And he catches this sheen of gold that did not normally exist in Cremina's visage. Like across her eyes, there's this gleam of gold as if she's under some kind of spell.
Hmm.
As you fly over there, I need you to make a stealth check, though.
Yeah.
I'm looking for you, by the way, Mom.
All right.
It's 28.
30-foot cone. So 30-foot cone, 45-degree angle. What
Thank
did you say, Caitlin?
28.
Okay. So you land over there. You don't seem to have been detected at all.
I like tap Bezoit's shoulder and whisper to, when you get too close to Crimea or the portal, use the Beholder anti-magic eye.
Speaking of the portal, the blood trailing into seems to be gaining some kind of swirling substance within the confines of this portal. And it kind of forms into this veil. And you can begin to hear these screechings and horrible sounds coming from beyond the portal.
Hmm. Wonder how we're gonna close that portal.
Do you guys want to call the session here since we have a big fight coming?
No.
I also want to say no.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm just waiting for the fighting to start. Then I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, I'll give you guys like since this is a big thing coming up, I'm going to give you guys like 2 minutes just to talk to each other, kind of as players, bridge the gap of maybe some of that combat training and coordination you guys might have learned at the academy, kind of talk to each other about just general intents and desires here.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so I've got an idea to throw Varys into a bag of holding, just so that he can't be fuel for the portal anymore. Bezoit is holding on to that Beholder anti-magic cone eye. If she can hit the sister with that, maybe we can convince her that.
When you use the anti-beholder eye, though, it's a 150-foot cone. So it would hit all of them, so none of them can use magic.
Cool. Yeah, you can just dash up and do that.
I just want to point out that my arrows are magic, so if you do that, I will not be able to damage them.
Are you gonna be? Oh, I see. Like it'll stop as soon as it reaches the cone barrier and won't go through.
My thought
Uh-huh.
was more like I can use Breath of Bahamut and for Ferris and Cremina, use the good portion on it and use the bad portion for the rest of the 6 that are in the cone.
That does sound cool, but isn't that one of your major healing possibilities? Like that you can only use, is it only once a day or is it multiple times?
Once per long rest.
Okay. How much damage is it?
44.
I wonder how long
Radiant
that
damage.
anti-magic lasts. Because we only needed to go for a moment to break the spell on her.
And hopefully that would cut off the portal.
Yeah.
Which would mean they'd have to start the spell all over again, because that's what happened to us.
You talking about the anti-magic thing?
The eyeball. Yeah.
Yeah. At the start of its turn. So it would be from the start of my turn to the start of my turn. So for one turn, your magic stuff will not work.
Oh yeah, one turn would be perfect.
All right, so my goal coming up here was to, once everyone was in position, to start hitting them with a bunch of arrows and kind of get them kind of confused and disoriented. And then as they're distracted with my attack, all of you rush in and like ambush them. So what we can do is I'll start with a volley of arrows, and then Bazoit can run up with the eye and activate it.
We'll just have to kind of remember that there's also a Dragonborn, I think 2 actually, on their side, and they can probably also breathe some form of fire or acid or whatever they all have.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's stopped by this anti-magic thing. Like if you did your lightning shit, fuck them up, and then we did anti-magic, and then I don't know.
Well, it only lasts for one round, so it wouldn't last long enough to protect us from the dragons anyway.
Okay, I'm ready to start.
If something's
only thing-
unconscious, can it be a willing creature?
Which?
Like obviously sexually, no. But like spell wise.
What effect? What are you talking about?
Like one of my spells, I can take a willing creature with me and all of their gear that they're carrying. I don't remember how far away. But I can teleport with them if I'm near them. So if I went in, grabbed at least one willing creature, shink away.
Probably a good thing to.
I don't know if an unconscious can be willing, like in those. Well, maybe, because then it's like there's no way they could resist you.
And like, do you go into subconscious there? Because I don't think Varys wants to be fucking killed for a thing. And Carmina looks like she's being controlled, so I think maybe her subconscious or inner person would be like, help me.
I wouldn't think that her actual desires would have any sway compared to the spell effect. Huh, I guess there's something off to the west.
I guess I'm always nervous for a fight. I don't want to die.
Yeah, then this looks like this is gonna be a big one.
Yeah, buddy. Because you know they're gonna call in those baby dragons.
I am prepared to do as much damage on my surprise attack as I can.
Is this what we're doing? Are you guys' palms sweaty?
Yes.
Yes.
My palm is fine.